They learned nothing after 2010 or after 2014 or even after this past presidential election in 2016. But now, after losing 4 straight House special elections just this spring, some Democrats are finally realizing what has been obvious for a while. You can't win elections unless you're running on something. And by the way, normal people don't seem to care for Nancy Pelosi.
Hold it now.
Do you think Nancy Pelosi is more toxic than Donald Trump?
You know what? The honest answer is, in some areas of the country, yes, she is. It's clear that I think across the board in the Democratic Party, we need new leadership. It's time for a new generation of leadership in the party.
Nancy Pelosi was a great speaker. She is a great leader, but her time has come and gone. I believe that she is not the leader for the future of the Democratic Party.
Well, I think as we look forward to the 2018 general election, as Democrats, our goal is to regain the majority. And to regain a majority, we need to win swing districts. And in those swing districts, Leader Pelosi, she's been a very loyal leader. She's worked very hard, and she deserves her due. But in the context of winning the 2018 election and taking the majority, I think it is pretty clear that Leader Pelosi does not help our candidates in those swing districts that are so necessary for us to win in 2018.
Good evening. Good evening. I know you're there. I can hear the
Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. We will, of course, retain the White House with the election of Hillary Clinton. I believe we will gain the United States Senate. It will be close. I am a progressive Democrat in the Congress, and I'm never good enough for the far left.
Why is it so hard to get a company to execute that competently?
I don't know. And as one who works very hard.
How do you not know?
Well, it's not my responsibility. It's about choice. If you like what you have and you want to keep it, you have the choice to do that.
Are you accountable for saying something that turned out not to be correct?
Well, it's not that it's not correct.
We have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it away from the fog of the controversy.
Oh, nonsense, says Pelosi. She describes herself as a remarkably impressive leader, despite a half-decade of uninterrupted defeats.
So you want me to sing my praises? Is that what you're saying? Why should I? Well, I'm a master legislator. I am a strategic, politically astute leader. I am my leadership is recognized by many around the country, and that is why I'm able to attract the support that I do.
Did you hear that? It sounds like an SNL sketch.
Called rough sex can be a necessary and fulfilling adjunct to sex life, particularly when it involves fantasy role-play scenarios, such as kidnapping or forced interrogation, provided, of course, that both participants are willing and disease-free, and have agreed on what we call a safe word. For example, palomino.
First of all, I hope she doesn't step down. I think that it would be a very, very sad day for Republicans if she steps down. I'd be very, very disappointed if she did. I'd like to keep her right where she is because our record is extraordinary against her. They are right now obstructionists. All they want to do is try and obstruct. I think they'd do much better as a party if they got along with us, if they called us and said, let's work on health care together, let's work on tax cuts together and tax reform, let's work on infrastructure together, we can do it together. I honestly think they do better at the polls. I think the American public is tired of obstructionists, and I honestly believe that. And when I say that, boy, would the people love to see two parties getting together and coming up with the perfect health care plan.
Nancy Pelosi was elected as our leader. As I said, she has been a remarkable strategic legislator, someone who has helped us make a tremendous amount of progress, prevented devastating cuts and policy decisions from being implemented. You know, we've got a president in office for 6 months who's accomplished nothing. The Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House, and they've achieved nothing of significance, thankfully in part because of Nancy Pelosi's leadership.
Affordable, there's a reason. Affordable. 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 Affordable.
What is it that bugs me about Pelosi? She always looks like she's perpetually witnessing the docking of the Hindenburg in Lake She always looks like she's pulling 7 Gs in a wind tunnel test or something. Can you believe she was actually the Speaker of the House of Representatives? It's unbelievable. Every time she opens her mouth, I shake my head so rapidly you could blend paint colors in my mouth. Nancy Pelosi is thicker than a Charlie Sheen prenup. And she is crazy, batshit crazy. I guarantee you that woman sleeps upside down.
Why? Because Republicans keep on losing their base. We are gaining momentum. We are going to win the House in 2018, I'm telling you. Remember, Georgia 6 wasn't supposed to even be competitive, and it was, because this is a referendum on the president. Okay. People are tired of this nonsense.
Okay, so it sounds, I mean, I guess, you know, if I were a partisan, which I'm not really, but I would be pretty happy with your response, because what you seem to be saying is everything is fine, make no changes, we're doing great, we're going to win, when in fact, as you know, as a numbers matter, Karen Handel won a higher percentage of the vote than Donald Trump won in that same district in November. So actually you're moving in the wrong direction, but you don't see any need for a course correction at all?
Look, talking about change, talking about Nancy Pelosi, she's a great American, she's a great Democrat. Nancy Pelosi is not going anywhere. Nancy Pelosi is here to stay.
Said yesterday we did not have the majority, but we have the gavel. Excuse me. We don't have the gavel. We don't have the... We have our own gavel.